Hello, hi, namaste, welcome to all. Today we will discuss oligopoly markets. In microeconomics, markets is very essential subject. In market structures, oligopoly market is very interesting and more realistic in the present world. We already we already know different markets like perfect competitive market, monopoly market, monopolistic competition market, and so on. Let's discuss oligopoly markets in details. Before going to subject, we'll understand the features of oligopoly markets. There are many features given by different authors, different books, but in this video we will focus few features. These features are core features. I took four features. First, a number of competitors. That means there are there's no large number of farms, no large competitors, no single competitors, but few competitors. The competitors between the farms, okay, the farms competitions. One farm competition with the his which other farms, maybe through price competitions, maybe quantity competitions. Price competitions, the there will be competition with price who will set price low. As 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 a farm set the price low, a particular farm set his price low so that his his production will be increases, his demand will increases, his production will increases, he will get more profits. Another competitions is the quantity competitions, the which farm will produce how much. In both way there's competitors, but in oligopoly markets there are few competitors. If you see two extreme market situations, that is a large number of farms which prevails in the mono sorry perfect competitive markets, and a single farms in monopoly markets. Okay, but here there's no large number of farms, no single farms, there is few farms. Both are competitors, both competes, but all are compete with each others, and each having negligible effect on market price. If you see the perfect competitive markets, in perfect competitive markets, farms are price takers. The price is determined by the market, and at the equilibrium market price, farms are decide how much to produce. But in the monopoly market, the monopoly decides its price and quantity simultaneously. So monopoly is a price setter, but here oligopoly market is a different. It has the effect on the price, but not fully. It has negligible effects. Next, homogeneous products. The farms under oligopoly markets produce homogeneous products. Homogeneous product means a product, if two products are called to be homogeneous, if its quantity quality are equal, both for both product having similarity in quality and as well as quantity. There is similarity in shape, size, taste, preference, all of things. So the farm one's product and farm two's product, every if there is n number of farms exist in the oligopoly markets, then all farms product are identical. There is no difference in no differences in the product. Last, identical farms. Identical farms means the farms under the oligopoly market both are all are identical. All are identical means the farm one's the production process equal to farm two's production process equal to all farms production process, and the farm all farms have a same technologies, same raw materials, they use same raw materials, they have all same machines, so that cost function also same. To have a better understanding on oligopoly markets, we can restrict our farm into two. Means if you we um, analyze to try to understand the oligopoly market with 3, 4, 5 farms and more than that, that is difficult to understand. It is simply, it is very simple, and to understand, if we have two farms, if a market with two farms can be called as a duopoly markets. Duopoly markets having farm 1 and farm 2. Okay, and both farms are competitors. They compete with each others, maybe price, maybe quantity, and both are producing identical products, and farm one's decisions influence influences farms two's decisions and vice versa. That means if farm 1 decision changes, then farm 2's decision will be changed. In farm, if farm 2 decide to change its quantities, ultimately farm 1's decision to produce will be changed. Okay, we can understand this type of uh, influences through the diagrams. Let's consider, let's see this in these diagrams. Consider there are two farms in the market, farm 1 and farm 2, and farm 1 demand is D1 and farm 2 demand is D2, and both are having 100 quantity of market demand. Okay, if you add the two demand by the farm 1 and demand by the farm 2, then total demand equal to 100. Out of 100 quantity demand, how much farm 1 produce, how much farm 2 produce? let's ignore the price side. Okay, only focus on the quantity. If farms to decide to produce nothing, then farm 1 decide to produce 50 quantities. Okay, look at the diagram. Here D10, the D10 refers to demand curve by farm 1 when farm 2 equal to farm 2 decide nothing to produce. Again, D10 means demand curve faced by farm 1 when farm 2 decide to not to produce anything, when the production equal to 0. So total demand curve equal to D1. Ultimately, when D1 is the demand, when see the equation D1 equal to D minus D2, when D2 equal to 0, this means D1 equal to D. So this is the total demand curve. If there is a farm 1 pass the total demand curve, then what will happen? Then this what will be decision? The decision when is equal to when the marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. The marginal revenue curve is MR10, means marginal revenue curve 1 when the farm 2's quantity equal to 0. Then he set it the intersect with the MC1 curve and decide to 50 quantities. Okay, then let's consider another situations. Here the when farm 2 produce decision to produce nothing, then farm 1 decide to produce 50 quantities. If farm 2 decided to produce 50 quantities, then farm 1 decide to produce 25 quantities. Here if farm 2 decide 50 quantities, then out of 100, 50 quantity demand is taken away by farm 2. Then farm 1 has only 50 quantities of demand. So the D to D1 50 means demand curve faced by the farm 1 when farm 2 quantity equal to 50. Okay, then MR1 is equal 50 are there. Okay, marginal revenue curve, splitting marginal revenue curve, and it intersect at the MC curve and decide and 25 what it output it produce. Then this was the if farm 2 decide to produce 50 quantities, then farm 1 decide to produce 25 quantities. If farm 2 decide more than 50 quantities, means 75, then farm 1 decision to produce is 12.5 quantities. See, you can verify this through this diagram. Okay, what we discuss here is the decisions of farm 1 farmers to produce. It depends upon the decision of farm 2. That means if farm 2 decide to produce nothing, then farm 1 decision is 50 quantities. If farm 2 decide 50 quantities, then farm 1 decision is 25 quantities. The production is. If farm 2 decision to produce is more 25 75, then farm 1 decision to produce equal to less, that is 12.5. So basically we see here uh, uh, as decision of one farm changes, other farm decision will be changes. That means decision of one farm is influenced by the other farms. So this relationship can be called as a reaction curve. That means how if farm 1 reacts with the farm 2's reactions. Okay, so this thing can be elaborated through the reaction curve when we discuss the reaction curve. We'll discuss in more details. So now question arises: what is the market quantity of output? What are the equilibrium prices in the market? What are the quantities produced by the different firms? Okay, then what is the quantities produced by the different farm? If there is a farm 1 and farm 2, then what is the quantity produced by the farm 1 and what is the output produced by the farm 2? And what is the price of farm 1's product and what is the price of farm 2's product? Okay, then what is the total output produced in the economy? So we are having four things to understand. Okay, we are interested in with the four things: q1, q2, p1, p2. Okay, and q1 means quantity production by farm 1, q2 means quantity production of farm 2, p1 means price set by the farm 1 and price set by the farm 2. Okay, and farm quantity of farm 1 and quantity of by farm 2, if you add two quantities we can get the total quantity. That means the total quantity produced in markets. And we know that all the farms produce homogeneous product, so that the taste, shape, size, preference, all tests of different product, size, shape of different product are same, so that price will be same. So the price of farm 1 product equal to price of farm 2's product equal to the market price. And we are interested, we are given four variable like q1, q2, p1, p2, and we ignore all other two, that is profits. How much profit earned by farm 1? What is the profit of farm 2? Also, if we decide q1, q2, p1, p2, then we can derive the profit, we can calculate the profit. Okay, now to answer all these questions, we have to know what are the strategy are adopted by the different firms. Okay, without knowing this strategy we cannot analyze the firm's behavior. So first of all we should understand the strategies. The strategies: if first farm is leaders, the second farm will be follower. Okay, the leader farm can be set his quantity or price first, and second farm will follow that price and quantities. Okay, the first strategy is price leaders. Okay, if farm 1 is set as a price leader, then farm 2 will be price follower. If farm 1 is set as quantity leaders, and the farm 2 will be quantity follower. Okay, here the farm, here one farm is a leader farm and other farms are follower. But in many times, farms are setting price and quantity simultaneously. That means the both farm can set price and quantity simultaneously. Okay, so it is not the first farm will set its quantity or set its prices, and other farms will follow that prices. Okay, the but here both farms are come together and set the prices or set its quantities to produce simultaneously. Then there is four possibilities. Okay, there are four possibilities. There are different models to elaborate the farms to equilibrium in the oligopoly market. First is quantity leadership, and second is price leadership. Third, simultaneous quantity setting. Fourth, simultaneous price setting. The quantity leaderships can be called as Stackelberg's models. Simultaneous quantity settings can be called as Connor's equilibrium. Simultaneous price setting can be called as a Bertrand competitions. In these four models, we can set how the farms are discussed to how much products, how do the prices, and different things. There's a two strategy. This is quantity strategy and price strategy. If you see, quantity strategy means there is competition with the quantities. How much, which farm will set quantity, how much. There is competition with the quantities, and again there is a competition can be happen by prices. So which farm will set how much prices, which farm set the lower prices, which farm set higher prices, so that its profit will be maximum. Okay, then we will discuss these models in next video. Thank you. Like and subscribe this video. Thank you.